Today's the first day of school, and moments ago I just dumped my kids off at the bus stop. And there's an excitement, not just for the kids, but also for the parents. I'm excited because I actually now have time to do some work and shoot a video like this without being distracted with the constant pleas and desires to go and entertain my kids. It's summertime, let's play, let's play, let's play. I'm also nervous, probably like most of you parents. My kids are going off into an environment that I no longer have any control over. These kids get older and older and older. A parent has to learn to let go more and more and more. In fact, last night my oldest daughter said, "Dad, you told me that at the beginning of school you were going to go ahead and expand the boundaries." And she's ready to expand those and go farther and become more independent. And as a father, that freaks me right out. You are not going anywhere. You're staying within the lawn. You're not even allowed to grow up. There's no more getting older. In fact, I'm going to infect you with Peter Pan syndrome. Where's my fairy dust? Where's my... Actually, I think it's pixie dust we need. That's the problem. I've been using fairy dust, and you need pixie dust. Doesn't matter how much pixie fairy dust you've got, kids are going to get older. This year, my oldest daughter is going into the third grade, which brings back a lot of memories for me. When I was in the third grade, that was a monumental time in my life. I had a bunch of tests. Teachers said that I was special, and we're not talking about the good kind. They put me in a special education classroom, and I began to embark upon one of the most difficult times in my life. Now, I'm not worried that my oldest daughter is going to go down that same road because, thank God, she takes after her mom more than she takes after her dad. It's very humbling when your third grader comes up to you and asks, "Hey, Dad, how do you spell this word?" "Oh, wait, forget it. Let me go ask Mom." To me, one of the most important things, especially for kids who have ADHD, is that kid grows up with a good self-esteem, that they believe in themselves. Though we don't have a lot of control on what happens at school, there's nothing that we can do about another child saying something negative to our child. As much as I try to teach my kids, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you, it's going to have an effect on them, and it's going to be a negative effect. But as parents, we've got to remember, when our kids come home, we can make a deliberate attempt to help boost that self-esteem. After reading this article on kidshealth.org, I've got a couple of great tips that I'm planning on using this year with my own kids. Tip number 1, be careful what you say. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, whether we're frustrated, tired, or hungry, we can say certain things, and trust me, kids hear those words, positive and negative. So be deliberate and be mindful on what you say. Tip number 2, be a positive role model. Your kids are watching you, and they want to be like you. And so if you are constantly pouring bad, negative things, when you blow it and make a mistake, and you call yourself a cotton-headed ninny-muggin, your kids are going to develop that same habit. And so next time you blow it, next time you make a mistake, acknowledge it, but show them how to keep moving forward. Be a positive role model. Very important. Tip number 3, listen to your kids. Listen to their conversations, not just the ones that they're having with you, but also the ones that they have amongst themselves. And when you hear that negative self-talk, when you hear your child putting themselves down, step in, find that opportune moment, and redirect that thought pattern. Help them to identify that type of thinking is not positive, it's not productive, and show them how to make that adjustment. Show them how to turn off that ugly negative voice and find a more positive voice. Tip number 4, be affectionate. And I know all you guys that are out there who are big and hairy and burly like me are thinking, yeah, being affectionate is just not in my chemical makeup. You better make it a part of who you are, because your kids, especially if you got 2 little girls like I do, they need and they desire that affection. They need those hugs. They need that love. They need you to tell them how terrific they are. Now, we don't want to give them an inflated sense of self-esteem so they start putting down other kids, but we want them to know how much they are loved. Finally, tip number 5, teach your kids to keep moving forward. Your kids are going to try things, and they're not going to be the best the first time out. And your kids need your encouragement to help them understand that, hey, if I'm going to do something and I'm going to do it at a high level, I've got to keep moving forward. And it is that process of perseverance. It's them getting to that point where they recognize the product of that perseverance. Actually getting to a place where they do something at a high level that will help build that healthy self-esteem. Hope that you are deliberate about pouring those great things into your kids, because it's worth it. Hey, this has been Glenn, and as always, I want to encourage you, keep moving forward. God bless.